Okay, so these numbers came to you?
Yeah, well, so basically, I had the idea that this week we were going to try something different than we have been. We've been kind of coming here, bumble stumping around, not really getting anything done, getting a lot of overwhelmed, getting a lot of different feelings like maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all, and things like that. And then now I'm realized that it comes back to the point of alignment, which is what I set out to do in the beginning. Uh, Whenever I began this transformation, was I just wanted to be in alignment with my highest destiny. That was the intention that I had at the basis of my healing. Was the healer asked me, what do you want to achieve with this healing? And I said, I like thought about it a long time because I had a lot of issues that I was wanting to deal with. And I was like, I really just want to be in alignment with my higher destiny, because I feel like if I can get there, then all the other problems will resolve themselves. And this was the attitude that I took when I first went to MUM. When they asked me what I wanted to study, I said Vedic science. And they were like, well, why do you want to study Vedic science? And I said, well, I figure I don't know what to do with my life right now. So if I got enlightened, then I would know what to do, right? So if I study Vedic science, I'll get enlightened, and then I'll probably figure out the rest of it. Now that was wishful thinking on my behalf, but I think that's the kind of intention that it takes to realize something like what we are attempting to do. Because what I realized after mulling it over for a while, is that we have a responsibility to our teachers. Like, you and I both have teachers, and we have teachers in common, and this knowledge came to them. Now this knowledge has come to us, and we have to be the custodians of that knowledge and make sure that it doesn't get swallowed up in ignorance, that that we can pass it on to other individuals, and they can get the benefit from the knowledge, and they can flourish in their lives. That's the quality of knowledge and what we want to bring to people with the knowledge that we have. And so it's more than just, we have a higher purpose. And this is the alignment point, is that in order to bring ourselves into alignment with our higher purpose, we have to every day bring ourselves to that point of intention, that is what we intend to do today. That is what we are setting out to do in our whole adventure. And come what may, we are single-mindedly on one point, and that point is that we want to be in alignment with our higher destiny. And if we can get to that point of awareness of what our higher destiny is and what our place in the universe is, and how we put those two together to fulfill that intention, that's all well and good. But we have to actually intend for that to be the case in the first place in order for that to be the case. Because otherwise we'll get distracted on all the different things that we could be doing, that we should be doing, that we think we should be doing. No, we got to get first right on our intention in this direction, and then everything else will fall into place. Or that is the belief system that I am going to adhere to right now, because that, I believe, is what is going to bring me success in this adventure. And so That is why today we started with a silent meditation, and now we're starting with this talk about the intention of what we're about to do. And because we've had a situation where we want to get our message to the world, but we don't even have that message quite figured out yet. Because we have to actually touch the world first and find out what the world needs to know. And part of this is that all of this information already exists. It's all out there. We're not doing anything new, saying anything new, presenting anything new. All of this is old stuff, and you can easily find it elsewhere. Our job is to bring this old knowledge to the world so that they can re-examine it again and think about it in the context of how we're presenting it. Because the world's changing so fast that the next generation, we have no idea what their developments are going to be. Nobody 100 years ago could have predicted the scientific revolution, the technological revolution that we currently have had in the past 40 years. And this development and the speed at which this development comes, there is a great danger that we will be too analog to exist in the digital world. And so I feel like we have to start coming together. The people who want to, if Mark Zuckerberg wants to create the metaverse, then by golly, why don't we create the metaphysical verse? You know, why don't we have some place that we can go to be ourselves instead of a corporate place that you can go to be what a corporation wants you to be, which is a product. I want to help people live the life that we were put on this earth to live. And that life isn't working for some other jerk, right? You gotta work for yourself, on yourself. But if we can learn this self-mastery, this elemental mastery, because the reason that we bring these elements to bear is because they're energy fields, essentially. We know the difference between the energy of water and the energy of fire. One is hot, you know, one is cool. They have these distinct qualities that we can definitely make the differentiation. And people have been trying to understand this world for thousands of years using these elements as their guide stone to categorize and classify the world around them. Now, we have much more sophisticated ways of doing that these days, but breaking things down into more simple elements, this is where we want to begin, is because ultimately mankind wants to think that we are so advanced and we are so great and we are so wise, but we are little bitty babies in a crib. And the world that we see, the world that we think we know, is a plaything. It's a mobile that keeps you fascinated and keeps you quiet. It doesn't have anything to do with being a human being. So that's my message for this morning. And I hope that you all tune in for the next one, because I think this is what we're going to be doing day to day.